Guys, welcome to the official Sailor Made podcast. We have a very special guest to kick this off proper, to kick off a new year, a new podcast, a new journey. We have a lot of big shit planned for this year, so stay tuned and thanks for joining. Sailor Made, the podcast.
Fuck yeah. Thank you for watching Sailor Made.
Most milligrams you've taken, wasn't it like 10,000 or something stupid?
Well, I've done a few, so I know I've done 4,000. And it's just not chill
It's
at
not
that
fun
point.
at all.
It's not cool. Cause I remember, like after I did that, it was for a YouTube video. The YouTube video didn't air and then I remember being on the floor with Selena and telling her like my goodbyes. I thought I was
it was
like 100%. I legit thought I was gonna die because I thought I was having a heart attack.
Bro, it fucking happens to me. You know what? 20 milligrams does that to me, bro. But I've been there.
Yeah, for 4,000. And I actually did say my goodbyes. I thought I was gonna die. And yeah, now I can't really get that high like that anymore. It's too much my mind. But I like to just get high before working out, and that's my thing.
So did you think because they say like no one is, and it's true, like no one has ever OD'd on weed, but did you tell yourself like I'm gonna be the one person? Did you? Because I had that moment, bro, where I rationalized, because I'm like, bro, I'm in the industry, how's it gonna look if I die of fucking my own products, you know?
No, 100% thought I was gonna be the first person to die of
exactly.
weed. But I like in the time I genuinely believed I was gonna die, and this was it. And it was horrible.
Yeah, it's and you just want to be sober so bad that you chase every second, like, oh my God, like you're just waiting and waiting and waiting. But in edibles is the longest fucking high.
Oh yeah.
So how long were you high?
I don't remember exactly what ended up happening. I don't remember how
it ended.
high I was and for how long. I just know it was 100% thought I was dying.
Right.
And it wasn't it was like for sure I'm dying.
Yeah.
Like where you say your goodbyes. And I didn't end up dying, thank God, but I think it's just when you take that much weed, there's something with I don't know if it's I think it's your mind.
It's definitely your mind, but it definitely does something to your heart, bro.
Yeah, it's something to your heart.
Yeah, it definitely does something.
But I think your mind plays tricks on you to where
you start getting paranoid, and then you're just alone in your thoughts because you're so high. So all you can do is think about how high you are and how you're gonna die.
And I think if you're in a better mindset while you're that high, you won't feel like you're dying. I really think it's all I really think you can control it. If you start thinking like negative or bad things, I think that's 100% what makes your body feel like that.
It kind of gets to the point where it's like psychedelics, where you can, if you like, it could be a bad trip or a good trip. But
psychedelics is literally if I take mushrooms and I'm having positive thoughts, you feel great.
Right.
You take mushrooms, you have negative thoughts, it literally affects your body where you feel ill.
Yeah, exactly.
So when I was younger in high school, I was able to do anything. Like you could take acid, take mushrooms, go to school, take acid, go to school, do whatever, and it was cool because there's no worries in the world.
Yeah.
For me, I had a good life, pretty really good family, so there really was no worries in the world. But right now, I could never touch any drugs, psychedelics, anything besides a little bit of marijuana before working out. But
it's almost like while you're younger,
it's the best time to do drugs.
Yeah, because you don't know what to expect, first of all. So I don't think you can have a bad experience when you're 14, 15. I'm not promoting underage use, by the way, but I never had a bad experience when I was younger, ever. Nothing I tried ever had a bad experience.
And I even remember when I was I always loved to smoke, but the whole idea of smoking, I was I want to get as high as possible, smoke as much as possible, doing gravity, the gravity bong rips.
Yeah.
And that was just part of being young, and I miss that, dude. I miss being able to just trying to get as fucked up as possible on weed or whatever it was and have fun. But right now, I'm I would love to rip mushrooms. I would love to rip acid. I literally can't.
You just can't, right?
I can't. Not right now.
Bro, I can't even, like, I want to smoke weed. Like, I'm in the industry, bro. I'm around this shit all day, every day. And the smell of it is great. The thought of it is great. But every time I try now, like, even 1 or 2 hits, it sends me on a journey. Bro, like, what was so bad for me the last time I got to the point where you were at was I did it by accident. I literally woke up in the middle of the night with a migraine, and I keep some gummies on my dresser for migraines. And I went over to my dresser, grabbed what I thought was one, but I was just
They clumped together?
Yes. I was like half asleep. I probably took 4 or 5, right? And that was at like 2 or 3 in the morning. I woke up at like 7 a.m. and I went to get out of bed, and I was like, I forgot that I had woke up in the middle of the night and had gummies, right? So I went to get out of bed, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then I felt my heart. And again, I forgot that I ate gummies. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm having a heart attack. And I heard my son coming down the stairs, and I was about to tell him, like, yo, call 911, I'm having a heart attack. And then I remembered, I was like, oh shit, I ate gummies. And I laid there in bed, bro, for hours and hours and hours. It was the worst day ever. It was so bad, bro. Like, my wife was out of town, so she called me, and she was like, hey. And I lied to her, bro. I was like, oh, I don't feel good today. I didn't go to work. I was so high that I lied to her. Instead of just telling her that I accidentally ate gummies, my mind told me that I have to have a cover story. And I tried everything to not be high, man.
I would. It's the weirdest thing, being an adult smoking versus being a kid.
Yes, it's so different, man.
Like, it really is.
It's
like,
so
I think it's amazing when there's people that are adults that just like balls to the wall, get as high as possible.
That's my brother.
Dude, yeah.
He's able to handle it like a champ, bro.
I think it's amazing.
Yeah, I definitely
I
envy
salute
those
them.
people. Yeah. So Christmas was a few days ago.
Yeah.
What is the Steve tradition? Do you buy for everyone? Do you go to your mom's house, your parents' house? Like, what does that look like?
For Christmas, I first off, I really love Christmas, but
is it your favorite holiday?
Oh yeah, definitely.
By far?
Yeah, I just love everything about Christmas. But yeah, usually just for Christmas for me, it's weird because I like to give people presents, but I feel like for the people around me, like Selena and family, I feel like get them like so many things throughout the year that the presents.
It doesn't mean anything.
It's just like another day, kind of.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I love Christmas. Always try to buy everyone something nice, or like this Christmas I went kind of more crazy on Selena. Mm-hmm. Like, I got her a Richard, and I always give the presents before when to Selena because I get excited.
I suck with surprises, bro.
So I got her the girls Richard Mille, like the fucking pink one with diamonds, the one that Nicki has.
Yeah, that's fire.
Nicki Minaj, and then got her 2 Chanel bags and a Birkin bag. So I kind of went crazy for her.
Okay.
And then my parents, every day is Christmas for them.
Every day is Christmas.
So
right?
yeah,
that's
I mean,
how I feel about my mom.
So I didn't even get them anything. I let Selena get them something. So my mom they both got like watches from Neil, like a Bulgaria watch and an AP from my dad. And then my brother and sister, I just sent them $10,000 and that was it. But Christmas, I just like the energy, the vibes. I love Christmas movies, Christmas music, snow. And I try to go snowboarding around Christmas every year. And this year was the first year that I didn't do it.
Yeah, where do you normally go, or do you mix it up?
Mix it up, but usually we'll go to Vail. That's like a reoccurring spot we'll go. And other than that, we mix it up. So it's either Vail or some random place.
Yeah. Yeah, this year I got this year is the first year I was able to keep my secret. I bought my wife a Cadillac Escalade for Christmas. We actually, Pat and I were in Oklahoma. I bought it in Oklahoma, fucking kept it under wraps. I had my assistant.
It's hard to do, right?
Yeah, it was so hard.
It's hard to keep secrets.
Hey, bro, here's how we fucking did it, though. So I had it transported up on Christmas Day. So our whole family comes to our house where they rent the biggest SUV they can get. They fill that motherfucker full and then bring it back. This year, bro, we had probably, I don't know, man, probably more than 1,000 Christmas presents. But, we have like a 1-year-old, a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old, an 8-year-old, a 10-year-old, a 12. Like, it's so cool to see them get stuff, But yeah, the Cadillac was so Christmas morning, everyone opened their presents, and then I told my family, everybody, I'm like, hey, our YouTube channel drops, our YouTube video drops today, and I had made a little video of like me at the dealership buying Karen her car.
Oh, so you played the video?
I played it, and I was like, you bitch, if you didn't get me a surprise this year, you're never gonna hear the end of it, because I fucking bought her a car,
Yeah, Christmas, it's a big responsibility for the guy, especially if a guy that's like
the breadwinner, like the
successful.
guy that's made it. That's right.
Yeah, like a very successful guy. It's you got a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
Especially you have kids and stuff too.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine being in this position. Hey, how old are you?
26.
Yeah, 26. Like I'm 45 now, so it's stressful for me being as a little bit, double your age almost, a lot more mature. Is it like fucking wearing on you at sometimes, like that amount of pressure with everybody depending on Steve? Does it get to you sometimes?
It's a lot of pressure, sure, but I like it, and my life's been crazy for like, because I'm 26,
almost 10 years, right?
And it probably joined Nelk Boys at like 19, so like it's been 7 years, so kind of used to it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just your life, the craziness. So yeah, I'm saying I'm used to it for the most part.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure, bro. But I'm also extremely grateful that I'm in this position.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Because as a kid, I dreamt of being able to take care of my family. So, like I got to remind myself sometimes, like, all right, motherfucker, you asked for this shit.
Yeah, no, same. And it's cool. Getting used to it is cool too to me, like, because I don't know, it's just life now. Like this crazy lifestyle, is now normal. Driving a Ferrari is now like normal.
Yeah,
like it would be exotic for me to drive like a Hyundai or something.
Right. Yeah,
like that's exotic.
Yeah,
because I've
Yeah, your daily driver is what?
It's Ferraris.
Ferrari. What's your beater? But you're like, I just need to be able to beat around town today.
Maybe my Lamborghini Huracan.
Yeah, I mean, I think my beater would be my TRX.
Oh yeah, no, I guess probably my trucks. I got the Mammoth truck. The Mammoth, is that a TRX? Is that considered TRX? Is it
the TRX Mammoth edition or is it the Ford?
No, it's a TRX. Yeah, it's Mammoth is.
Oh yeah. It's a
Mammoth 1000 or something.
Yeah. They take the TRX and then they
I think
do the shit to it, right?
And then I got a Ford Shelby truck, which they're awesome. And then yesterday I got a Rolls Royce. This is the coolest car I've ever. The Rolls Royce Spectra, the all electric one. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
I haven't.
10 out of 10.
Really?
It's the coolest Rolls Royce ever. It is badass.
Is it as smart as a Tesla?
It's pretty smart, like sensors wise and their technology, but I don't think it's self-drive. No, it's not as smart.
It's
as
not trying to be a Tesla though. It's trying to be a fucking.
But it is fully electric, which is something when I bought it I didn't know. I knew it was electric. I just thought it was hybrid.
Right.
But yeah, it's no gas, which is kind of weird.
Yeah. So did you not find out until after you had paid for it, or did you find out while you were there to buy it?
No, I found out after everything.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And the whole thing is, I was just, I went on like a little gambling bender where it was like I lost 1.7 million, and then I was so devastated. And you think about like all the things you could have bought with 1.7 million, like, and then the next day I get back, 1.4 million. And then the next day you get back the other 200, 300,000. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to
chill.
I'm going to buy a fucking, with the money,
Yeah.
I am going to buy something really cool. I'm going to get some, take some money, put it away so I can't gamble.
Right.
And yeah, so that's what came of the Rolls Royce, is me losing the money and then making it back.
And
It was
making
like,
it back.
you know, if I spend $400K in crypto, I can't lose it.
Yeah.
So that's how the Rolls Royce Spectre was, you know, how that happened.
That's how that happened. So, $1.7 million, bro. How like,
I sat on stream. My stream was 19 hours long.
oh shit.
I gambled for 19 hours straight. And then we got off stream and I gambled for another 3. And
when you got off, where you were down and you took a break.
Oh, when I got, it was crazy.
I'm gonna take these shoes off.
So I lost 1.3 million, and I was on my last 400,000.
Okay.
And then I turned that 400,000 to 900 on stream to end the stream, and it was 20 hours.
Okay.
And then I was just trying to get the 900,000 to $1 million, and literally in under 2 minutes, just lost it all. Just chasing that 100K.
Damn.
And it was horrible. It was the worst thing ever. And yeah, next day, thank God I'm not a quitter. Won it back.
I was about to ask you about that. I heard that you're saying is there are no losers, there's only quitters.
Yeah, there's no I mean, it is a true thing. There's no losers in gambling. There's winners and quitters.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we got it back. And then now I'm trying to just chill because there's no point of firing that much.
Right. Is that your biggest loss? I guess it's not a loss, but is that the most you've ever been down?
Yes. Yeah, that was the most I've been down.
Like in person and online?
That was online, so that was the most I've been down online. In person is $1 million, but in person, so you know, like I was just in Vegas 3 weeks ago, and during my like 5-day trip, I was down 500 to $1 million, like literally like 8 different times, and I always come back somehow.
That's so crazy, bro.
And the craziest comeback was I was down 900,000. I'm tapped out of markers. My limit at the casino is $500,000.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is how powerful Dana White is. Like I just FaceTime Dana White and say, dude, can I borrow 300,000, please? And he says yes. And the casino boss hears Dana White just say yes, and
He's like, fucking
give him 300. And so that's how I was able to get to 900. And so I'm down 900,000. I'm tapped out. I can't borrow any more money.
Oh, so you lost that 300?
Yeah, no, I lost everything.
Okay.
Now I'm down 900,000. My friend gives me one $5,000 chip, and I turned that 5,000 into 900,000.
What the fuck?
And it was the sickest thing ever, dude.
Wow. Was
It's
that playing
crazy.
Baccarat?
Yeah.
Bro, you are the fucking luckiest man alive on Baccarat.
Yeah, 5,000 to 900. Like
That's
my
insane.
last chip, dude. One
That
chip.
is crazy.
So that was a pretty crazy session.
You know, the only time I ever played Baccarat was when it was you, Neil, and a lot of people. Neil invited me to the Red Rock.
Yeah, Red Rock.
Yeah, and you were there playing. I didn't bring cash because I didn't realize we were going to gamble. He just said, "Come hang out at Steve's place," and I came. I hung out. We went down and gambled, but I was just a spectator. I never played Baccarat before.
It's a good game.
Yeah, it's crazy. So Neil was nice enough to fucking. I think he spotted me like 5 or 10. I think it was $5,000, and I turned that $5,000 into like $45,000 in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's how you get hooked.
Gave him his $5,000 back. I know. Ever since then, I've been like, "Yo, bro, when you want to go casino?" And he's like, "Bro, I'm not." He's told me like he had told his girl or something like, "I'm not gambling for the rest of the year." Oh, you were there when he said it at the party. But,
Yeah, he says that a lot.
Does he?
Yeah, because he's not down to. You know, if you gamble high stakes and you're not down to like go back in,
Yeah.
you're just gonna hate gambling.
Yeah.
Like you have to be able. You got to be down to fight. Like,
Yeah. No, but you're right.
because it's not
if
going to be
you're-
a winning situation every time.
Yeah,
like,
if you quit, then you're gonna resent gambling. But
Yeah.
if you got the mindset of like, okay, I'm down today, but tomorrow I'm gonna go back in there and take that shit back. But I don't know if I have that mindset, bro. You know, because I've never went that hard. Like that night was the most I had ever bet, and I was like betting like $5,000 at a time. You know.
Yeah, if you don't have that mindset, you're just gonna be a loser long term.
Bro, I brought a bag of cash, man, just in case you got fucking the itch tonight and wanted to go to the casino.
See that I've been to Hard Rock twice, but I'm just like only for Red Rock. It's not the same. Like when I walk into the Red Rock Casino, I feel like a sheik.
Yeah, like motherfuckers. Okay, Steve's
Like
here.
it's whatever. Like
Yeah,
it's whatever I want. Like I feel like royalty there. Like, and it's a combination of being a high roller, plus being really close with Dana, plus also like helping them, you know, really grow as like you know, it's a casino off the strip, 20 minutes off the strip. So
Yeah.
we've really helped them grow and
for sure.
and get a lot of people that, you know, most people
Normally
that come
wouldn't drive
travel,
there. Right.
you know, everyone that travels, you know, my age or
they're
whoever
going to
watches
the
me,
Red
they go to the strip. But
Yeah,
now
but now they're coming to the Red
now
Rock.
they go to Red Rocks. So I know we done giveaways with them for Instagram. Got them like maybe like 400,000 followers total through the years.
That's crazy.
So they have, or whatever they have, I'd say like a lot of it's from us.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact number. So between that, me being there for years, and the friendship with Dana, I really feel like royalty there.
Yeah, for sure.
So going to other casino, I just like I just don't like it.
Feel like you're cheating?
And yeah, and I don't want to give any other casino money. And if I were to ever give Red Rock money, it's like I always think it's just like
It's the family.
it's Red Rock, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but right now, I mean, in the last 12 months, I think we're up $3 million on paper. Well, that's what my casino has told me.
Okay.
So, and part of that's obviously Dana White saves my ass.
Yeah. Isn't
So-
it his, so I know Dana White isn't affiliated, but isn't it his partners that own it?
Yeah. So I think he's
Or
his
maybe
best
he is
friends.
Right.
So I think his best buds own it. Like
Yeah.
the Fertitta brothers, the
That's
ones
right, the
that,
Fertitta
you know,
brothers.
invested in him, UFC.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think they're really close. So yeah, they own it. And yeah, that's why he runs every casino.
Dana?
Like, yeah, he's like royalty at every casino. But Red Rock's a little different because not only is he Dana White, but his buds
partner,
really,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, I wonder how that would be like going into a casino that your best friends owned, the same friends that you guys built this juggernaut of a fucking sports league
Yeah.
with, and then you lose $1 million. Like, would you be like, would you text and be like, hey, bro, like, come on. Like,
But
I'm sure he doesn't. I'm sure he fucking just takes his
He
lick.
always, but he always he fights. There's no quitting.
Yeah.
That's why he's a winner. He doesn't
Yeah,
quit.
just doesn't stop.
And-
Yeah, there's no option to fail. That's what we were just talking about earlier. It's like if you set your mind to do something, it's not a matter of if, it's just when. Like it's not if it's going to work. It's just like when is it going to work? That's the only
Exactly.
question. You know?
And that's what it is with gambling. But if you are out there, this should have. Not trying to tell you to gamble because you should never. If you do gamble, you have to gamble responsibly, and you have to go by like your limits, your bankroll. Like when I say never quit, doesn't mean that you like.
Yeah, don't go fucking
Put
take a
every
mortgage on your
single-
house.
Yeah, it's you play by your means.
Yeah, don't lose something that you're not willing to fucking walk away from. You know, like I don't know if there's maybe a better way to word that. I'm sure there's somebody that has said it better. Like, don't gamble with something that you couldn't just chalk up. Like, if you've got $10,000 in the bank, then obviously maybe your limit should be $500. You know?
Yeah,
Right.
you gotta go. There's so many variables: your bills, your income, everything. It's like, so you got to play off that. You know, for me, it's a little. I'm very blessed, and also I have like a partnership with the casino, so it's like I do have that going to where you know I get ammunition every month,
Right.
because
Yeah, their payment to you is probably in.
so like half. I structure like half my payment is like guaranteed money, like just because it's gambling. Like I don't want to just work a whole month and have a losing month.
Yeah, not make anything.
Even though the next month we're gonna come back.
Right.
So it's like I do half guaranteed, half play money.
Right.
And the play money is awesome because there's no, it's all real money. It's like
if you win $1 million bucks, you get $1 million bucks.
Yeah, and if I win 10 million and get $10 million. So I'm still waiting on that type of max win. But yeah, being sponsored by a casino is it's very cool.
Yeah, that's got to be one of the cooler things of being at your level.
Yeah, no, it's amazing, and it's especially when you're a gambler. It's like you gotta gamble every month, part of your job, and it all be real money. And you win, you lose.
So is that the casino but you said you're up $3 million this year?
Oh, the $3 million, Red Rock.
Oh shit.
But Roulette is
that's online.
Yeah, Roulette's a sponsorship, so.
But they're a casino, right? It's just online.
I like casino.
Okay, I got you. I thought you were saying that you had the Red Rock sponsorship.
But when I lost the 1.7 million, it's like that's just all my buddy. It's like they paid me, but it's like they're not paying me fucking 1.7 million for a month. I'm not fucking XQC Aiden Ross type shit. Like I'm not getting that type of money.
Yeah.
For a month or for So it was all my money. It was just.
How does it feel, bro, being sponsored by a casino of what's it called,
Roulette, yeah.
Roulette. So how does it feel being sponsored by them, but also like, okay, so like whatever your monthly pay is, what if you imagine like you go online and you lose that and you lose double that. So you're down whatever. Let's just say you're down $250,000. And you want to call it a month and be like, okay, I'm not fucking going back to that computer and losing more. But then it's like, at the same time, you're sponsored by them. So if you want to make money next month, you got to fucking go back. And does that fuck with you sometimes? Or are you just always just?
No, yeah, it is a struggle losing a bunch of money and then still having to
work.
Yeah. And, but of course, they do they will help you out. They will, while I was streaming and when I lost everything and I'm at that point, I was down 1.2 million, they gave me a fill because they were watching the stream and we're very transparent with viewers. They know when your account just a bonus has been out of your account. So they gave me $200,000 and I lost it all, but they do
they do try to look out for you,
and which is cool, which I think they should.
Right. No, I agree.
And I just think it's just my job as the guy streaming to just make sure everyone knows what's going on.
Yeah, for sure.
Just everyone, as long as you're transparent completely.
Yeah, if you don't try to hide it.
Yeah,
if you try to hide it, they're like, bro, you're not even a real fucking this or that.
Yeah, when they were to film me $200K, you just let them know instead of just being clicking off, try to hide it and saying and acting like I deposited. No, it's
oh shit, thank you.
No, fucking Roulette. Yeah, you guys.
Yeah, you guys.
Better. So as long as I'm trying to just keep it completely 100% transparent. So no one, just everyone knows what's going on. No one get mad at me.
Yeah, exactly.
It's tricky, being in the gambling business because there's people, people lose money and
then they get fucking resentful.
Yeah, it's a tricky thing. So just be transparent on it and just let everyone know it is casinos are so rich for a reason because people lose. So you just got to be smart and if you treat it as entertainment, really, you should never really gamble
to think okay, I'm gonna walk in here and get.
Yeah. Unless you are super rich, then it's different. You know?
It's just different for sure.
When you are super rich, you can go in the casino and be, I'm gonna rob these guys because you have the bankroll to rob them.
Yeah, exactly.
Most people, the average gambler, they don't have the bankroll to actually take from the casino
to fucking to beat the odds because it is certain games. It's odds like Baccarat.
Yeah, and I think Baccarat's the best odds. But the odds as a gambler to winning is you to have the unlimited bankroll.
That's right. Yeah.
No matter what your limits are, whatever, you just gotta. But if there's a cutoff, you're most likely gonna lose.
Yeah, exactly. If you're okay, at $500 we're leaving, then you're definitely going to lose that $500.
But then at the end, you just gotta treat it like
yeah,
entertainment.
you're like, okay, this was a night of fucking. Instead of going to the movies and having dinner, we just went and spent a few $100 at the casino.
Yeah, you gotta treat it like entertainment. You can never lose more than what you can afford to lose, and that's just the number one rule. And if you do, you just gotta be. You just gotta know if you're able to do that. Because if you can, because even me, when I lose that much, like I shouldn't be losing that much. But at least I am able to like make it back pretty quick, you know?
Yeah.
So you got to just be smart, you know?
Would you say that overall you're up or down? Like overall your career of gambling?
Oh, 100% up.
Okay.
But I've also, and we're not talking about roulette. We're just talking about like sports bet, bookies.
Okay.
But also I've blessed to have like, there was, I mean, at this point, I couldn't even count how many times, but Dana's came in a lot of times and like paid off my markers and saved me. Like that trip I was just talking about where I lost like $500,000 to $1 million, like 7-8 times or whatever it was. It was a lot. And I always came back. But one of those times in the beginning when it was like the second time it happened, I was down to 500,000, tapped out of borrowing money, and then Dana came in, sat down, and won 500,000 and just paid it off.
Wow.
So he's done that a lot, actually. It's never that much, you know. But so it's hard to even say.
Yeah, because like
if I'd be like right now, I'm up massively, like at Red Rock, especially, but. I don't know if I would be up massively if it wasn't for Dana.
Right.
But I'm definitely up sports betting. Just sports betting all these years, just through the bookie and stuff. And I've in the last, you know, it's been a while, but when I lived in Vegas, I've given him like $1.3 million myself to pay off his markers.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, so one time it was me and my friend Taylor Lewan, we won $500,000 together to pay off his markers that he left overnight. And then another time, he just couldn't stop losing, and he was down like $2 million at the blackjack table. And I went in Gen Pop, and I won $800,000 and gave it to him. And yeah, so it's pretty cool. I've given Dana White $1.3 million.
Damn right.
So
not very many people
very
can
proud
say
of
that. Yeah. So how did you meet Dana?
We met in Yas Island in Abu Dhabi
At a fight?
UFC fight, but that was during COVID.
Okay.
And it was during we had like a COVID bubble.
Yeah.
Like we had to stay quarantined at this hotel in Abu Dhabi. And I guess what made us friends is I remember just being like, you know, he has his brand Howlerhead whiskey and stuff. I remember it was a bunch of different things, but I remember what things was like, whoa, like he probably thought like, who is this kid? Was one when we were just in a room, when he was just in our hotel, and then I posted on Instagram saying I'm giving away X amount of dollars if you follow Howlerhead whiskey, and then every time you'd refresh the page, it would get like 1,000 followers. So I got him like. He even asked me to do it, and I got him like 100,000 followers.
You didn't even know him at the time. You'd never met him.
It was just the first few days meeting him.
Right.
And then also when I slammed a whole bottle of Howlerhead whiskey with him at Yas Island, and then he sent us to Red Rock after that. And I think for me personally, gambling's really like brought us close friendship because when we lived in Vegas, I'd see him all the time. We'd always gamble. Like he's a real gambling buddy.
Right.
Like he's someone that you can call or text anytime about your gambling, endeavors. You just text him anything. So, but yeah, it was going to UFC during the COVID is what brought us closer because we were, everyone was there for so long. Like you had to quarantine for. I forget how you had to quarantine for a long time.
Yeah, like 6 weeks or something, or no?
No, it wasn't 6 weeks, but we were there for a while.
It was just like, yeah.
And yeah, that's what did it.
So everybody was quarantined at that
hotel, but it was actually like a little bubble in Abu Dhabi. Like you can go certain places, but yeah, it was just all UFC people, friends, family,
Yeah,
UFC
for
fighters.
sure. Yeah, I didn't know that that Howler head was Dana's brand until after I seen it
Yeah,
with you. You know?
yeah. He didn't start it. It was something that he was doing. Like I think from what I remember, the story was he was like at his pool at his house and his bartender or something made a drink or whatever. He discovered the bottle and he loved it. And he was just like, let me get in contact with these guys. And
Oh, okay.
so it was something that he saw and just liked and then got involved with.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so I'm looking for a lighter.
No, I think it fell in between right there, maybe. So for someone that is as obsessed with health as you are, and you just fucking lit a cigarette,
Yeah.
are you just like you're gonna work out so much that it counteracts the cigarettes? Do you have the tape mentality?
Well, I counteract the cigarettes with like breathing a lot of oxygen, doing a lot of oxygen therapy. Like I have like the hyperbaric chamber here, and then the oxygen bag that you breathe while you do cardio.
Yeah, I have that at home.
And then like also like breathe exosomes, which is like I don't know exactly. I know exosomes is like what you take in America because stem cells aren't necessarily legal. So I breathe that.
So do you do the nasal ones?
It's like
because I've done the exosomes, the IV.
Yeah, I do the exosome IV, and then also they put it in like a nebulizer.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And it like heats it up and you breathe it. It's like it's pretty expensive, but try to do all that stuff, to battle against the cigarettes.
Yeah, I mean, because you work with Gary Brecka, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been working with him for.
Oh yeah, so you have the hyperbacks machines.
I've got the red light bed, the cold plunge.
Yeah.
The fucking. I don't have the, whatever that is.
The hyperbaric. Yeah.
I don't have one of those yet.
Yeah, it's really the hyperbaric chamber is really cool. Because like red light, all that, it's amazing. You look good over time, but it's not something where you get out of the red light bed and you're like, I feel a lot different.
Yeah,
and if you do, it's more of a mind trick. But like the hyperbaric chamber for real, like if you're hungover, you feel like shit, that's something you get in and you get out and you feel that shit right away.
Do you still feel, because I used to feel that way from the cold plunge.
Yeah.
Do you feel that way still from the cold plunge or no?
Yeah, especially when you do all of it, but
you'd say the hyperbaric is the most that you feel like.
Yeah, the hyperbaric and cold plunge. It's like if I were to like stay up for even how I go on my gambling benders and play for 20 hours straight, you do the whole superhuman protocol plus the hyperbaric. You start off with the hyperbaric chamber and then you end with a cold plunge and dunk in your head. Yeah, you can change.
You can literally change it.
100. It doesn't matter how bad you feel. You can feel good.
Yeah, it's hard to explain to people like the feeling, but when you do the fucking superhuman protocol, it's like when you're done, it feels like a drug.
Yeah,
because of the feeling. It's just like it feels like what life should feel like.
Yeah,
like if you were trying to explain to an alien what being I don't know. It's like, hey, how does it feel to be a human? Or that's what it would feel like, or like to be Superman or something. That's how it feels.
And it's
like
crazy.
4 hours.
You said 4 hours.
3 or 4 hours is how long I feel that good.
Oh yeah, it's the best thing. And then you get addicted to it, which I am like super. Like I don't know what I would do without all my stuff.
Yeah,
like,
bro, I was like that, and then I went on a trip. After last Christmas, we went on a trip somewhere. I think my wife and I went on a couples retreat or something, and I just never got back into the routine of doing it every day. Really? It's something I think about. I talk to Pat about all the time. Like I have to get back on my shit with that, bro, because I eat right. I take all the supplements. I do the whole everything. All the all the stuff. I'm actually getting an IV tomorrow from Kelly. Kelly, she's coming to the condo to do an IV for me, but I got to get back on my workout shit, man.
Yeah.
My routine.
You say you're not really doing the Like
No.
the red light.
No, I haven't done it.
Hyperbacks, all.
No,
Oh, yeah, you got to.
I know, man.
You can't really make it a thing where you stop, because I guess you're making it an option.
I know. It can't be an option, right? Like,
And when you travel, it's tough, but you just gotta do what you can. Like when I travel, I have like a really nice red light mat that I bring. And of course, I don't fucking do this, but I know if you do the breath work, I've done it a bunch of times.
I don't do it either, but I've done
you-
it. The only time I've done breath work, well, 2 times. One was with Gary at his condo. We sat out there and he taught me how to do it.
Yeah.
And I felt great. And I went back and told my wife, I'm like, babe, we got to do this. And we went on that couples retreat, and we did it during that retreat because it was a wellness place in Tulum, Mexico.
Yeah.
We went to like a wellness resort, and they had cold plunges, and they did all the breath work, and we did it the whole time we were there. And then I never got back in the habit of it when I got home.
Oh, you got to.
So,
Because I think with all that stuff, and this is what Gary says, like 140 is like the new 80, 90. Like that's like the new age.
Yeah.
Where if you're really science and healthy, that's like the new age where you die. And I think it's only going to get more and more advanced.
Yeah, he just said that his life expectancy is 120 years right now.
Yeah.
And he said over the next 5 years, it's going to progressively get better and better with science.
Yep.
So that is a fucking thing to think about, man. Like, okay, I'm going to walk down these stairs. My shit's downstairs. I have a whole gym built out. So it's like, I'm going to walk down these stairs. I'm going to fucking spend 45 minutes or an hour and just get it done.
And all the stuff that you do, like the red light, the breathing, the oxygen, you can always just be on your phone and work or watch movies or whatever. So that's the cool part of it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just not like you're just sitting there staring at a wall like you can always, do stuff and have fun. So
you know what fucking deters me most from going down there is that fucking cold plunge.
Yeah.
I resent cold water.
Well, the easiest way to do the cold plunge is just to have a hot tub next to it, and you go back and forth, and
Okay.
you go back and forth 6 times, and by then it's like you get in the cold plunge and it's easier, and then you can end off with the 3 minutes straight.
So does the gym that you go to have both?
Yeah, it has both. I have a cold plunge out here.
Okay.
And we're getting the hot tub, but it was just too cold this morning to where without a hot tub, it's really just it just sucks. But if you have a hot tub.
So I have a hot tub right beside my cold plunge. I just never fucking,
Yeah, not only does it feel so awesome going back and forth, it really feels good. It just makes it easier to, get in and do that 3 minutes straight that you want.
So you do the hot water first so that the cold water's easier.
Yeah, or you go cold first and hot, and you just go back and forth, and you just end on cold.
Yeah. See, to me, like the hot water is easy. It's not like, it's like relaxation.
Yeah, but it's also good for you. But when you go if you go in a really cold plunge for 2 minutes, and then you go in the hot, oh my God, the feeling you get, it's amazing.
Okay.
Like it's crazy.
Okay.
Nowadays, it's like there's so many more recovery places than there. I mean, I'm sure than there was a year ago.
Yeah, even a year ago,
there's probably like when I travel, especially in the United States, there's no problem finding a place with red light and cold plunge and all that. Like it's very...
Bro, they just opened up one where I live. So if they have one where I live, which is like bumfucked Egypt, then they have them everywhere.
It's become, very popular.
It's become very
especially
popular.
with the red light. Like I'm finding places, there's places that have red light beds for real. And it's like, that wasn't a thing that long
before
ago.
Brecca, that was not a thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Gary did.
Brecca single-handedly fucking transformed this country and how we think of health.
Yeah. He did.
He changed my life, bro. Like I was dealing with a lot of fucking health issues until I seen all the doctors and fucking spent tons of money trying to fix myself. And luckily, man, I was fucking watching YouTube one night and just seen one of his videos and was able to connect with Gary. and he did all my blood work and worked one-on-one with me to fucking dial me in. And from that point on, bro, there's like, if I see him with something, I'm getting that thing, you know, because I know like I know how fucking obsessed he is with science and health.
And he's also obsessed with like testing it,
bro.
Like as it with the hydrogen baths also, which are great. Which I have one in Nicaragua and in New Smyrna, but like he doesn't just like hydrogen bath. Here's what it does is amazing.
No, he tests it.
He goes in there, he sits in it, he pricks his blood before, checks his blood before.
That's right.
Goes in there and then
checks it again.
Checks his blood. So he really tests it.
Yeah.
So that's how you know if you're getting something from him, it's good. Even with the red light shit, it's like there's a lot of these red light beds and panels, etc., that are just red light.
It's just for looks.
They're just Chinese.
That's it.
Like you know, it's literally does nothing.
Yeah, like his red light bed was like $100 and something $1,000, but I would rather spend $100 and something grand on one that 100% works than to spend 10 grand on one that maybe 10% works.
Yeah,
you know.
So that's cool about Gary's. You know, if you're getting something from him or tell it works, because like
sure.
he takes pride in making
sure,
like testing it and not just like reading shit. And you know, he's all about like seeing actual evidence.
Yeah, results. He's never gonna fucking sell something for the sake of just making money. If he didn't test it and test it and test it and know for sure that it was great, he wouldn't sign his name to it. I truly feel that about Gary.
And I feel the same. I feel like he changed my life, you know, and I honestly, I forgot how the fuck I got introduced to him, but I was with him like before he met Dana and fixed up Dana and everything. I was, and I really don't remember how, but
maybe at a fight or something.
No, not a fight, because he wasn't with Dana at the time. So
damn. So was he even 10X yet?
No, he was 10X, but I don't remember how the hell I got in with him. But it was very cool because the test, the food and allergy test, was very important, because you could be eating these foods your entire life and not know.
Yeah, bro. And
like me, like tuna, like if I have tuna, it's like my most like highly reactive, whatever.
Like you were
like,
red on the chart with tuna?
Yeah, so it's like, to me, I thought you eating healthy, whatever, you have tuna, and I love tuna, but really like I wouldn't get I'm not getting like the benefits from the tuna, like the protein and stuff. My body's not
it's not
processing it right. So it's like,
not methylating.
And even with like apples, like I cannot have apples, and it's like, that's good to know that I can't even, because you know, you think that apples are the best, they're healthy. That.
Well, you know what, bro? I wonder how many people, I mean, I'm sure 90% of our country is walking around thinking that this is just how you feel.
Yeah.
You know?
They don't know.
They've never known what it's like to be dialed in and experience what it's really like to feel good.
Yeah.
I never did until I fucking met Gary and started the Superhuman Protocol.
Yeah, most people don't know what it's like to feel optimal.
Yeah, optimal.
And I think everyone should get that feeling.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, bro. Like, you know, there are alternatives, like, and Gary says them all, like
the grounding.
Yeah, exactly. Work. Yeah, breath work
and
sunshine.
Yeah, the first light, which is like mimics kind of red light.
Red light, yeah.
So everything that we have that we spend all this money on.
Yeah, we could literally just step outside but you know.
But you got to do it like the first like 10, 15 minutes of sunlight.
It's like it's the modern version of fucking being an outdoorsman.
Yeah, so
it's like, oh, I want to go out in the sun, I'll get my red light.
But it's good for everyone, because everyone truly can do it.
Yeah, everyone can.
Because like the breath work's free.
Yeah, grounding is free, and sunshine is free.
Like the hyper max is whatever. I don't know if it's like $5,000, and then the map is probably $5,000, and the red light is 60 to 100 grand. It's like those three things you can get all for free.
Yeah, exactly.
You just gotta, you know.
It would be harder for you living in here to do those things naturally than it would.
The grounding, but apparently the first light, you don't even need to like. You could just go outside. It's still kind of dark too. whenever, like, you just have to go outside
Yeah, and just sit.
and just sit. Yeah, apparently you don't need like the direct.
Right.
Apparently, yes, but the grounding part is harder for someone that lives in a city
Yeah, for sure.
because you gotta go barefoot on ground.
Yeah.
And in Miami, you gotta put
You'd have to
way
search
more
for
effort.
Right. Yeah. You'd
for
have to
Miami.
GPS. Where's there some grass?
Yeah, you gotta get back to it.
I got to get
dude.
back on that shit, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what I would do without it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm actually like addicted,
Yeah.
which is like, it's not a bad thing to be addicted to, but it's like I
Yeah.
need that shit.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
I need I need my hyperbaric chamber. Like I can't go without it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So tell me about, I don't know. Selena is also kind of I guess, what do y'all, I don't know. You guys are what? Influencers or internet famous or celebrities or
I was a YouTuber.
a YouTuber? Yeah.
So-
I was going to cover that. That seemed like a,
And then I think with me too, it's a little different and cool because like if you live in the United States and Canada, I am maybe I'm to a lot of people I could be considered the guy that owns Happy Dad too,
yeah, for sure.
because it's like it's that big now to where
bro.
it's like.
Yeah, you're definitely not in a fucking pocket of just being a YouTuber or just being an influencer. Like, you are an owner of one of the biggest
like there's
seltzer
a lot
brands.
of like a lot of like people in Canada, like moms, dads, whatever. I could be like, yo, I own Happy Dad. I'd be like, whoa, that's cool.
Oh, bro. I mean, imagine
Not
if,
even know who I am, just like you own Happy Dad.
imagine
like,
if the owner of Budweiser was here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd be like, oh shit.
yeah, like that's so it's really cool that I have that,
Yeah.
especially with like the cancellation and stuff of YouTube, because it's kind of just it's bigger than me, and it's a lot of people you can't help but see it.
Yeah, exactly.
You live in New York, Florida, Texas,
Yeah, it's almost like a
California,
bitch
it's
slap
like-
to fucking YouTube. Like,
Happy Dad. Like if you live in those states, like we're not in every state, but like if you know who the fuck Happy Dad, what the
Yeah.
fuck Happy Dad is.
yeah, exactly.
And especially with like the UFC relationship and stuff, it's just like it's really helped us too. It's just where you just see
Yeah,
Happy Dad, everywhere, and that's
a big thing, man. What are you guys? I'm sure you have a huge team that helps with all that. What are your goals with Happy Dad? Obviously, to grow it and to get it into all states. But are you wanting to, like, do you have a plan to make it as big as it can be and sell it, or are you trying to turn this into generational type of shit, or what?
so. We have so for me personally, I really have like zero involvement in anything to do with like the back end of Happy Dad, but
Right.
the plan is with all the like we have a great CEO that dedicates his life to it, president dedicates, like, so they're really good like at making Happy Dad the biggest thing it can be. And I think when it comes to all the partners, like the big partners, I think everyone's wants it to be a household name, which I think it
It's on
possibly
its way,
could
for
be,
sure.
and for us to sell for multiple billions of dollars.
Yeah. What did you think about some of the stuff I sent you?
It was amazing, but I didn't ever take too much I never took any edibles to get too fucked up, but those pens have been a lifesaver, especially Selena.
Yeah.
So all I know is that they work.
All right.
But I actually have not really. I've nibbled on. You sent me like a big
Yeah, like the gummies.
of the pack, the mini packets.
Oh yeah, the singles.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I nibbled on it, but
Yeah.
haven't really. And the drinks I never drank, but I'm just more afraid.
Yeah.
But I have to try the flower. But yeah, just so far I've just tried the vapes and they're amazing.
Okay.
They get the job done
Yeah. Exactly.
for real. So
Yeah. So you haven't even tried the pouch yet, huh?
no.
Are you afraid that you're gonna get too high, or?
Yeah, I mean, I just that's it. Yeah, I don't necessarily like getting too high.
Mm-hmm.
I just like to get if I'm watching a movie, which is very hard to get for me to sit down and watch the whole movie. But go to movie theaters or go to the gym. I like to be really high, or
just to stay fucking focused on.
or
what
maybe
you're
like
doing.
a theme park. I like to get high, but I don't like to just get high just to get high.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't like that.
The cool thing with these is they are super potent. They're 100 milligrams of THC. However, they're also great for mixers. So
Yeah,
we have a cap so that if you want to pour some in your Happy Dad or pour some in your fucking tea or whatever it is, it's great for a mixer.
yeah. I'll try something. I'm gonna go to the gym again later, and before I go in, I like to just do my thing, whether it's smoke in the gym parking lot or take a little nibble of something.
Yeah, and just get.
But I like to just, it makes it more fun,
right,
and you go a little harder, I feel like.
Yeah,
and that's why I do it.
So, do you have a plane or you don't have an airplane?
No, I do not.
What the fuck? So because you said you bought one.
Yeah, and here's what happened. I was using it as an owner.
Okay.
Like while we were getting the paperwork and stuff.
Okay.
And I just fucked up because the first time I used it, I broke a chair. I broke a chair, and my entire cooler just flooded.
Oh shit.
So when it came down to having the contract with the guy, because I don't know him,
okay,
he said I have zero control of the plane. Yet I'm paying for 50% of it.
I took me, my wife, my kids, my brothers, everyone's wife and husband and their kids. I think there was like 12 or 15 of us.
Yeah, those planes are.
Yeah, I think
those are badass.
I think we were on a G5 or a G4. I don't remember.
And then that's just a whole different league.
Yeah, that was dumb for me to do, bro. I spent 140 grand just getting there and back, but I just wanted to, like half of my family had never flown private. And,
no, it's definitely
just trying to do everybody a solid,
definitely a cool experience.
But I wouldn't do it again.
Yeah,
I wouldn't just blow 150 grand like that again.
It is crazy the costs of the airplane once you start talking about 5-6 hour flights in a bigger plane.
Yeah, exactly.
It gets kind of nuts.
Yeah, for sure. So you have a place in Nicaragua?
Yeah, I got 2 houses in the same neighborhood.
Is it a lot cheaper there?
Yeah, it's cheaper for like just go to the grocery store every day, just everything, just the cost of living.
What about the house? Is it similar?
I'd say the house is cheaper. Yeah, no, the house is way cheaper for like I have a crazy view on the water in nice neighborhood, like something like that in the States is like tens of millions of dollars. But it's not like it's cheap. Like the house I live in is like, I built it. I bought the land, whatever. But it's probably like $1 million. And then I bought the second house I bought in the neighborhood is like 600,000.
Okay.
So it's not really cheap.
No, but they would be millions somewhere else, right?
Yeah, millions. Like the craziest view ever.
So why Nicaragua?
I just met someone. I met this guy in Brazil.
Okay.
That lives in Nicaragua. Dude, he's just a crazy guy. Sells vapes.
Okay.
Just a great time.
Okay.
Became friends. And then I visited him in Nicaragua. And I saw his house, and he owns a restaurant, whatever. And I'm at his house, and it was just like so beautiful. It was so nice, so crazy. So I was just drunk. And I called my mom, and I group chat him, and I say, buy land here. I buy it. And she took me seriously.
Okay.
And she actually did it.
Okay.
And it was just one of those just drunk decisions, just being kind of crazy. Just, Mom, buy land. Like, wasn't really like I wouldn't really have,
you wouldn't have been mad at her if she didn't, right?
Yeah.
You'd have been like, okay, I was fucked up. I get it.
And I wouldn't have like followed up like that or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
And she did it. And then we built a house, and it's sick. It's really cool. It's a really good time.
How long did it take to build?
Like a year.
Okay.
And it's cool because it's like labor and stuff super cheap there. So to build the house, like the whole process was really cheap.
Okay. And it's a badass house.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Damn, bro, you got me fucking wanting to go check out Nicaragua.
It's really cool. So it's like people really don't know about Nicaragua, but there's no crime or anything. It's the only crime is just like petty theft,
Right.
baby. But it's like there hasn't ever been one break-in in my neighborhood or anything. It's just it's safe. Like it's safer than the United States for sure.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Which people would think it's not, but it definitely is safer.
It's
than
sad
the
how
United
the U.S. has gotten fucking, especially just over these past 4 years, man. But yeah, man, Nicaragua sounds fucking.
Yeah,
What about
I don't
drugs?
have to lock my door, Nicaragua. But
okay.
I have to lock my door.
Yeah, you have a podcast studio there? Is that what your guy was telling me?
No, I have some like cameras there
Okay.
that I use for like I use one of these cameras when I stream Roulette there. So
Yeah, bro. Well, I'm officially saying next time you're in Nicaragua, holler at your boy.
yeah, you'd love it.
I'd love to come out and
It
and
feels like
fucking-
real freedom too. Like you feel free.
Yeah.
Like it's very cool.
Yeah, holler at me, bro. I would love to come up there and check it out. I know you fucking kind of enjoy theme parks,
Yeah,
and you've had a little run-in with Universal.
yeah. Universal. It's like one of my favorite theme parks ever. I love it. And on my birthday, I was just like really drunk, and I don't know what I did exactly, but I did or said something that
That pissed him
offended
off.
an employee,
Okay.
which I don't think is right. Like for somebody like me that goes to Universal all the time and spends like a lot of money,
To have one incident.
and then just like one incident where it's just like an employee like is offended is like,
yeah.
and then I get banned for a year, and I don't know. I think it's fucked up that like one employee is like getting offended. Like we don't even know exactly.
Bro, it's the same fucking thing as YouTube, bro. I'm sure it was one employee that clicked the fucking button,
yeah,
you know?
and then banned for a year, and I was like, dude, I was banned for a year, and I was able to come back. So 11 months and 14 days, and 14 days into it,
Oh my God.
I decided to go, and I just put on a fake mustache and go in and get arrested, and
Oh my goodness.
then I still had you saw me probably seen my profile picture, but I still had the fake
The fucking
mustache
on.
during during my
bookend.
arrest, and when they took my picture, and when I was sitting in there, I had my fake mustache on, and
Yeah, I watched a little bit of the interrogation or whatever, where they had you in the room.
yeah, it was fun. I mean, they were nice. It just like I don't know why they had to be such dicks. Where it's like, let's send this guy to jail because he really wanted to go to our. He really wanted to go to our
come
theme
so
park.
bad. He put on a disguise and came in. Didn't cause any problems.
I'm not filming or anything. Like
Yeah.
I'm not.
Oh, you weren't doing anything.
No, I wasn't doing nothing. I was just
shit.
going just to have fun. So it was kind of like makes me upset that Universal does me like that.
Right.
Like because it was up to them. They could have just said leave.
Well, bro, not only that, like it just shows you the leadership at Universal. Because if I'm them, I'm like, okay, Steve was trespassed here. Steve has the ability to fucking make a lot of young people want to come here. So we're gonna reach out to Steve and let him back in. That's what I would do.
Yeah, they just
You know?
I don't know what's up, but I've been trying to get a band for a long time. Still trying to get a band, but I think the next move is like I'll probably just keep going under because I've been there before, like under real disguise, like where I get like I really go like I get
Makeup done.
like a spray tan and get real like mustache and real like have a fake family and stuff. And this is all off camera. I had a fake girlfriend
Oh wow.
and a Mexican family. They only spoke Spanish to me.
What is that when you got caught this last time?
No, that was when I did it. I did it right,
Oh shit. Okay.
and nothing happened.
so you had a fake family.
Yeah,
a
fake
real
girlfriend.
fucking spray tan and everything.
Yeah, and I went. It was Mexican,
Oh
and they would only
shit.
speak Spanish to me.
Oh my goodness.
And then,
they didn't catch you that time.
They didn't catch me.
But then when you half-assed it, they caught
I
you.
half-assed it. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And then so what did they do? Did they fucking reinstate a full another year?
No, permanent ban.
No, bro. I was talking to your guy earlier. Not Nelson. What's the other guy's name?
Lloyd.
Okay, I was talking to Lloyd earlier. and I was asking him like about we were talking about your YouTube ban, and I was telling him like when that shit happened, at the time he said it was 2022. Being a Trump supporter was so unpopular, bro. Like back then, if you said you supported Trump, everybody's turned on you. So I personally don't think it was about the fucking online gambling shit. I think they had a grudge.
Oh no, it wasn't about the online gambling shit because like you're allowed to have dedicated YouTubes for those websites, and you're allowed to be like a gambler YouTuber content creator for those websites.
Right.
Like, so it wasn't that. It was, you know, I made a mistake. Like I broke the rule by like making a new second channel and promoting it from main channel, and it's like they had a legitimate reason where they could do it and it not be like an issue, because I guess you can't just delete somebody because they don't like you.
Right.
So they saw the opportunity and they did it. I don't really understand why.
Do you think it was about the Trump shit?
Oh, I mean, that it could be part of it, but no, I think it was, can't even say online.
Okay.
But I think it's crazy conspiracy, but.
Okay, well, we can talk about it after. I just thought it was about Trump, you know? Because you were like literally the only young cat out there supporting Trump at that time.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Trump doesn't help, for sure.
Exactly. Now I'm sure it's fucking great, but from 2016 to 20 whatever, everyone loved Trump and it was okay to say that. And then around 2018, 2019, or 2019, 2020, the media turned all of us, or turned the whole world against fucking Trump. And then if you were a Trump supporter, like you deserve to get fired and you deserve to die and you deserve to lose everything and
then
you're a Nazi.
Switched again.
Yeah, and now it's back. We're okay. Daddy
where
Trump's.
it's cool to.
Yeah, it's cool to. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, man, fuck all you guys that sold that were sellouts. I've supported Trump the whole time, man.
Yeah, that's how I feel when I see a bunch of people now support him. It's like, where were you at?
Yeah, where were you at, man?
You know?
Oh man, there's only a couple people that I want to meet in this fucking world, and Trump is one of them. So how was it?
I mean, meeting Trump is like, he's just the same person you see on TV and stuff. He's Trump. He's everything you think he is.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, exactly.
It is.
No disappointments.
I mean, it's what you see online is what you get. Yeah. He is the same person. There's not like, it's not like an act.
That's not an act, right?
He's just Trump.
Yeah.
He's just himself. He's not, following any rules or anything. He's just Donald Trump.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
he's an anomaly.
And yeah, it was cool because we went on Air Force One with Trump.
Oh, you did?
So, and I remember being in his office on Air Force One, and I was the last one to leave the room. So technically, I've been alone on Air Force One with Trump in his office for like 1 second. But it was just like
that shit.
Kind of crazy, dude, to be on Air Force One.
Yeah, that's insane, man.
With fucking Trump.
With Trump, yeah.
Like in his office. Like I've been in the Oval Office in air.
Yeah, that's insane, man. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you've met a couple of the people that are on my fucking list. Dana White. Have you met Jelly Roll?
Yeah, I met Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll.
I really like
Trump.
Jelly Roll.
You like Jelly Roll?
Yeah, I love Jelly Roll.
He's fire, man. He's actually from nearby where we're at. We're in a few hours down the road, but he's in Nashville.
Yeah, I love how he goes to the jails. And
do too, man.
Does like little bitty shows.
Yeah.
If someone wants to sing and come up, he lets them come up.
Yeah.
Those videos are awesome.
Yeah, they are. My wife and I took some of our team members to a Jelly Roll concert in Oklahoma. I think it was actually like last month. And have you ever been to one? You been to a show?
No, but I've seen him sing.
Yeah.
And he's one of those guys where he's an actual artist, musician. Not saying there's a lot of people that aren't, but I love when people can record, go live, and don't need the song playing in the back, whatever.
Same,
and
bro.
Just like,
that's what I said,
man.
I'm like, he didn't have his fucking shit playing in the back. He was singing. If he stopped singing, you'd stop hearing it, you know?
Like that's real. Like a lot of the rappers, they don't they don't do that. They don't sound good.
You know,
live.
back in like the 90s, that was so frowned upon. Like the 90s and early 2000s, if you
It should
lip
be.
sing, which is what they're doing, they're just,
Yeah.
people would be like, yo, they would boo you off the stage. And then at some point it became acceptable. And now, like, rappers especially, they just play their song and then they go sing. I'm like, bro, I didn't come to fucking hear I could have played it in my car.
Yeah.
I came to see a performance, you know?
Yeah, most rappers do that, and they don't sound good.
No, it sounds horrible.
But people love it still.
Yeah, I went to a fucking, it was T.I. I can't remember who else, man. But, it was T.I., 2 Chainz, a few others. And, man, it was the worst live performance I've ever been to because T.I. had his music up so fucking loud that everyone in the fucking concert, like, we hated it. We were like, dude, turn the shit down. We just want to hear you, you know?
No, I know. That's why someone like Jelly Roll, you could appreciate.
Yeah. Bro, Jelly Roll did some shit that was like some shit Usher would do. So he had a stage on one side of the venue, like a small square stage, and then the main stage. So there was this like ring of fire on the small stage where he sang the somebody save me.
Dude. That's
so bro,
best.
the fire lit up and it literally started raining. Like some shit Usher would do, bro. He's standing there singing, save me. There's a fire, there's rain pouring on him. I'm like, yo, bro, he crushed it, man.
Yeah, he's good. And that's my favorite Jelly Roll song. I love that song.
Man. And he's also working with Gary. I think he's lost like 120 pounds now, man.
He is. He's looking good.
Yeah. Jelly Roll, if you're fucking listening, my goal is to fucking interview you, and it will happen.
Yeah, you make it happen.
Yeah.
He's such a nice guy.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know his story completely, but I know he went to jail and everything, and I find that amazing to go from. Like, I love comeback stories like that.
Bro,
I mean, everyone does.
That's why I gravitated to him, man, because he and I have so much in common. The drug addiction to incarceration, addicted, growing up with a single, what is it called, a single mother?
Yeah.
Only a mother. She was addicted.
What drugs were you into?
Fucking all the bad ones, bro. Cocaine, meth.
How was that? Was that sick?
Yeah, it was bad.
Meth, it keeps you up all night?
Yeah. I mean, mainly cocaine, like I spent a lot of years being addicted to cocaine. And honestly, bro, the only thing that saved my life was we were living in Florida. We were living in Polk County, Florida, is where we're originally from. And I went out one night and did some really bad shit. Like, I was out of money, so I went and did something. And the thing I did was so bad that that I called Karen, my wife, and I'm like, man, babe, I fucked up. Like, they're gonna send me to prison for a long time. Like, I gotta leave. Like, I talked my wife to fucking pack our car overnight. Just took whatever we could, put it in our car. Took our 2 kids that were like 2 years old and 1 year old at the time, and went on the run with me. And we moved to Tennessee. Well, we moved to Virginia, but that saved my life, bro. Because going on the run, and then having my wife in a state, in a town that she didn't know anyone, and me not having access to cocaine anymore, that set a chain of events in place that changed the trajectory of my life, Like,
did you end up going to jail?
I did, after? Yeah, but not for the thing. So I was on probation in Florida, and I was on, at the time it was 10 years probation, and the terms of the probation were, if you violate, you go to prison.
Yeah.
So not only did I go out and commit a crime that night that would have sent me to prison for a long time, I also violated probation. So that's why I thought, like, okay, I got to get the fuck out of town. So I knew that I had a grandma in Virginia, but I had only met her one time when I was like 5 years old. So I called my grandma and said, hey, this is David Saylor. Do you remember me? And she goes, yeah, honey. I said, do you mind if we come visit? We're going to be passing through. So she's like, yeah, come on. So she didn't know that I was on the run. I came up to Virginia, pretended as if I was visiting, and I played it off like, yeah, well, I love this place. Maybe we'll stay longer. What I didn't think about at the time was that where I moved to in Virginia, it was such a small town and such a bumfucked Egypt, bro, that no one moves there. No one ever moves. No one moves from Florida to this place,
Yeah.
Pennington Gap, Virginia, or Rose Hill, Virginia. So I stuck out like a fucking sore thumb. Like people instantly knew like, okay, something's fucking up with this dude. Like he just brought his whole family here from Florida. So then people, I thought I was getting away with having a fake name. Like, but it only took like a couple months and they found out that who I was and at this time I had a warrant in Florida because I violated probation.
Yeah.
So I was in a barbershop getting a haircut. SWAT team kicks the fucking doors in, comes in and arrests me, extradites me back to Florida. Well, now my wife and kids are stuck here in Virginia, and we had already kind of made a life there. So, and we were broke at the time, like we had no money. So there was no her coming back to Florida. So I had to sit in jail there. I didn't get sent to prison. I ended up doing about a year, and then long story short, they released me. I came back to Virginia and started my life all over. And at that point, I was clean, because I was in jail. So off of cocaine, off of pills. I got out and worked at a gas station. My wife worked at a gas station. Did some odd jobs here and there. Saved up our money, and I started a little tattoo shop. And then from there, I fucking started selling vapes. And then that snowballed. And then I opened a vape shop and then 7 vape shops and just progressively grew over the years,
That's awesome.
So now we have 70, 80 locations throughout the country, throughout the United States. We have 2 manufacturing facilities. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Just even talking about it, just remembering everything,
That is cool.
That just 15, 20 years ago, it's a long time now, but yeah, there was a point in my life where no one was betting on me, bro.
Yeah.
Dude,
so sick.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
And now you're wearing a Richard Mille.
Richard Mille.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I'm flying a fucking private flight to come do a podcast with Steve. And we're fucking
That is cool.
Sitting here shooting the shit, man. Yeah, man. I was actually fucking one point in my life facing life in prison, man. And because of God's grace, really, is the only reason why I was spared and able to get the probation that I was on,
So instead of life in prison, they just gave you probation?
Yeah, so when I was, let me think. I was 15 years old. I shot and killed a guy.
Really?
Yeah, and 15, 16, somewhere around there. And at the time, bro, I panicked, and actually my wife, which was my girlfriend at the time, was there. She was there, my uncle, and we had some friends. We were partying, and I shot a guy, and I panicked.
Why did you shoot him?
Bro, it was partially an accident and partially, it wasn't like, it was an accident, but it was an avoidable accident, Like I put the gun up to him and pulled the trigger, but I was just being stupid. Like I didn't mean to kill the guy. Like I wasn't my intentions. And I panicked, and we fucking staged the place and made it look like a suicide. Excuse me. And got away with it for like 2 or 3 years.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And then 2 or 3 years later, while I was in jail, serving a 12-month sentence for some other shit, detectives showed up and charged me with first-degree premeditated murder. And yeah, that was a really fucking...
No way. So you did it when you were a minor, and then you were an adult when you got charged.
Me when I was 18, yeah.
So
they charged me, so I was 18, about to turn 19, and they charged me with first-degree premeditated capital murder. And at the time, the death penalty was still a thing in Florida, and capital punishment is death penalty.
So you were getting tried as an adult?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So going from being charged with first degree murder to getting probation, you know.
So what did it for the probation? Was it you having such a good lawyer, or was it?
Bro, it wasn't
Was it
that.
you speaking in court and the judge?
It was God, bro. I'm telling you, everybody in the courtroom felt it. So while I was in jail, bro, it's a long story, but to shorten it, I'll just say that the case had some holes, and because of that, they ended up having to drop the charge from first degree to, at first they dropped it from first degree to second degree, and then from second degree, they dropped it to first degree manslaughter with a firearm. That was what my final charge was first degree manslaughter with a firearm, which that has a bond. You can bail out on that. So I managed to bail out. So while I was out on bond, I got my wife, was my girlfriend at the time. I married her and got her pregnant. And then I had a job. I hired an attorney. I was going to church, gave my life to God. I promised to God that if he would help me out of the situation, I would turn my life around. And I would tell it would be my testimony, God changed my life. And over the course of maybe a year, maybe 8 months, we had managed to work a deal with the state to where they gave me 7 years in prison. There was an exception that if the judge decided to give me less, he could give me less. But essentially, they felt pretty strong I was going to go to prison for 7 years. I didn't tell my wife that at the time. I just told her no. There's a good chance I'm not going to go to prison, but in my mind, I know I'm going to prison. On the day of sentencing, me, my wife, she was pregnant at the time, big pregnant. Her family, my brother, his family, my brother's grandma, and all of her friends. The whole courtroom full of people come to testify on my behalf. And the prosecutor leading up to this never budged, bro. The day before, never budged. He was like, no, he's going to prison for 7 years. And after everyone spoke, the last person to speak was this lady named Liz. She's blind, and it's my brother's grandma's friend. And my brother's mixed. He's half black, half white. So his grandma was full black. So her friend was full black. I only say all that because the way I see it in my head, bro, when I think back to that day, is this older, blind black lady, when after everyone got done speaking and the judge said, "Is there anyone else?" She raised her hand, and the judge said, "Come on up." And it just kind of made the court chuckle because she was like, "Well, I'm blind. I need help," you know. So the bailiff came and helped her to the thing, and it's just something, bro. Because she was such a God-fearing woman that when she spoke in that courtroom, everyone felt it. You could feel the presence of God there, you know? I get chills just thinking about it. And she told the judge, Your Honor, I'm a God-fearing woman, and David has changed his life. He's turned his life around, and she said all the stuff. And when she got done speaking, my attorney looked at the judge and said, "Okay, Your Honor, he signed the deal for 7 years, but what the court is, or what we're going to ask is that you give him house arrest, followed 2 years house arrest, followed by 10 years probation." And the judge looked at the prosecutor and said, "Do you have any objections to that?" And literally the prosecutor said, "No, sir, I don't." And it just happened that quick, man.
That's awesome.
I literally, from that, like I told Pat, man, from that point on to the elevator, I don't remember anything. I just I kind of the weight of the world was on my shoulders, and just feeling God, and I don't know. It's just hard to explain,
Yeah, it's crazy.
But I think my story is so compelling that once people hear it, I think it's going to inspire people, you know?
Yeah, very. It's got to motivate a lot of people, honestly. So you said going from drug addict to facing years to serving, like in jail for a year,
Yeah.
to facing life in prison. Now flying private, successful,
yeah, man.
fucking.
You just sit back and think like, damn. Or if I sit back and think like, man, this ain't shit, man.
Yeah.
I was facing life in prison at one point.
You were in jail.
I was in jail
and then
thinking
you
that
get another a murder charge in
man.
jail.
Yeah.
I mean, and you came back from it.
Came back from that, man.
If you lived, sure.
Man. Crazy fucking life, man.
People will definitely be inspired. I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too, bro.
Even me thinking about it is like in jail facing murder charges. Now you're very successful.
Yeah.
It's possible. There's
really the only limits that are out there, bro, are the ones that you set to in your own mind, roadblocks that you put up yourself,
No, for real.
We were just talking about this last night. Like, we have so much power in ourselves, that if we can think it and say it, because it's like you have to put action behind your thoughts. You can't just think something like, oh, I think I'm going to win the lottery, or, it doesn't work like that. You have to have a dream, you have to say it, and then you have to put the work in. Like the fucking person behind the counter works hard. Everybody works hard. That's not the fucking key. The key is like, you got to have faith. You got to think it. You got to dream it. You got to fucking verbalize it. You got to speak it. And then you got to put action in. And crazy, brother. I don't know if I've ever told you this. The first time I ever heard about you was,
yeah, you're telling me.
I told you how my son told me to come in and watch you. And I was like, bro, that is I got mad at my son because he was idolizing somebody that was chugging out. I'm like, bro, this is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen. I said, you watch, in a year, you're not going to fucking hear from this guy, or he's going to be dead from fucking cirrhosis of the liver. And now look at you.
Yeah.
You have fucking beat the odds. And
crazy. Yeah. Cause that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like started drinking, especially drinking the bottles, that was like 2018, 2019. So
yeah,
it's cool, fast forward, and then you got some like Happy Dad and stuff, which is just more.
Yeah, it's full circle, right?
It's like a, legitimate business and massive. So it's very cool what I turned it into.
For sure. Did you did you have a plan to be a YouTuber, or were you just like killing time?
I wanted to be on the internet.
Okay.
Wasn't really any platform thought of, but I started on Instagram.
Yeah.
And yeah, I got influence from YouTubers, like seeing like, I always remember seeing like the video game guys, like buying TVs and stuff.
Yeah.
And I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
And that's what made me want to I want to buy a TV, I wanted to make money online. And I'm so happy that was my mindset, was
for sure.
I never really thought like how I would get a regular job or have like a profession like that. It was like, I don't know, just become famous on the internet. And that's what I wanted to do. That
was your goal.
Yeah, just be on the internet.
Yeah.
Like,
so how did your parents, did you express that to your parents? Did you tell them about your dreams?
No, it was never like expressed verbally, but
okay.
They saw what I was doing online. Like, dude, because I posted the Instagram videos for a bit without like really becoming big.
Right.
Like, it's definitely a slow grind.
Right.
So yeah, they knew because of the videos.
But did they have thoughts that, okay, you're going to be an accountant or this or that? Or was that ever a topic?
No, that was not a topic.
Like, okay. Because you know what I'm afraid of, bro? Because from that point on, my son would tell me like that he was going to be a YouTuber. Now, this was before the whole YouTube blew up and people were making fucking bags off of it. But what I think back is like, how many times have I fucking put a mental roadblock up from just saying like, that's not a good idea,
Yeah.
Because like,
no,
I mean, he's crushing it. Like he has his own business and works with me in the cannabis company. But, you know, and I'm not saying he would have been a famous YouTuber. I'm just saying, like, you gotta just fucking watch what you say, I guess, man. You know, like, because I'm old compared to my son, and you know, what he thinks is a dream. Like if I would have told my mom that I'm gonna own dispensaries when I grow up, she'd be like, "Shut the fuck up. That's stupid." You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's like it's normal.
Yeah.
Cause my like when I was making the drinking videos, my dad was really against it. Like I remember there was a time like where my mom bought me beers to make a video, and then my dad came home and like freaked out.
Really?
Went crazy. But I guess that's
stupid
just
shit. Blah blah blah.
yeah. I mean, which I guess is just normal. But
It is, yeah.
just because like
Yeah, you kind of like
he wakes up at 5 a.m., works all day.
Yeah, exactly.
And
you're
he
like,
comes home to this. Me drinking
also
beer.
in his mind, he's like, that is not realistic.
Yeah.
There's no way you're gonna become famous off of drinking.
Yeah.
So go get a fucking pair of work boots and do what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know?
That's
part of being a parent. Yeah.
yeah. I think it is part
Yeah.
of being a parent.
But it's like today, there's so many other fucking options that, you know, even me at 45, I'm just now realizing, you know, how many more doors there are to open. Before there was like 2 or 3 doors. Now there's 5,000 doors.
Yeah.
You know?
I know with the internet and technology,
It's
like,
insane, man. To really wrap your mind around, because there are a lot of people that look up to me, and it's I like me just now saying it is like the first time that I'm really, you know, like it's like, yeah, do they though? You know, like I'll get a message or somebody will come tell me like, hey, bro, you inspired me and this and that. It's like in my mind, I'm like, yeah, you're just talking shit, you know, because you don't want to think that like, sure, people can really look up to me or I can inspire people, but
yeah, it is hard to wrap my mind around, but it's a cool feeling.
Yeah.
For sure. And just even for like all the people that follow me now, that stay following me and stick around after like YouTube deletion.
Yeah.
I don't know. It shows like a lot in how like I had a hardcore fan base.
Yeah, for sure.
I really did.
Yeah, for sure.
And I feel it now, even when going outside, meeting people, and just every day. Like, I don't know. I got the best people.
Yeah.
And I'm very, very blessed.
Yeah. Is it like, can you go out around here without, or are you going to get spotted every time?
Yeah, you go out, get spotted. Like a lot of people say what's up and stuff, but Miami's like a little different.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We were just talking about it. Like, definitely, there's a different vibe here.
Like it's different.
Yeah, it's
like
different. Like here, California, like there's like certain areas that just have their own type of people.
Yeah,
know?
like it's. But I love Miami. It's a great place to live.
Where you go that you have to have security, or not that you would have to, but is there anywhere that you do go with security?
You go to security if I'm like giving out a bunch of money or doing stuff.
Yeah, or do you ever, like if you go somewhere that you're totally unfamiliar with, like I don't know of an example, but like when you did the shit with 6ix9ine and was it Mexico? Did you have security then?
No,
You didn't.
No. Yeah, you really don't use security. I mean, when I was on YouTube, I was making YouTube videos every single week. Yeah, I had full-time security just because I was traveling and giving away money every single week.
Yeah.
But that's the only reason you have security is just because money and giving out stuff's involved.
Yeah.
But for me, that was the only reason I've ever had
But
security.
I think now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like you were probably one of the first people to really pop off from that, because you did like originally pop off from the drinking shit, but then you kept it going with the fucking gifting shit, you know?
Yeah.
And I've seen so many people try to copy and paste that.
Yeah, and I did a lot of the gifting videos. There was never like this video sponsored by
No, bro.
or this car is sponsored
I know.
by.
That was the difference, is like watching you do it, it felt sincere. Like you really got pleasure in giving this person something.
Because a lot of people would give cars and it'd be like wrapped in the thing, or like,
or
this
an
is
agenda.
brought to you by
Yeah.
SeatGeek or whatever. And
Yeah,
it was just
exactly.
like, it was just all money I was making.
Yeah.
You
were
know,
just like-
and what got me really when I did that wasn't just like playing on Roulette or whatever. That was all merch money.
Really?
All the money that I gave away was all merch money.
Damn.
To what grew me into like it was just selling T-shirts and giving it away.
Yeah.
So it was no sponsorships or even roulette gambling. Like the roulette gambling money came later, and that just was just extra money. But it was always for my main YouTube career was merch money.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Given away. So
that's insane, bro.
Very cool.
Oh.
Crazy story. Like, because I didn't know any of that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really tell a lot of people unless we have intimate conversation or a long conversation, you know?
Because to me, never in like a bad situation like that, but really, I mean, that just shows like whatever you're going through, you can get through it. And not only can you get through it, you can fucking like get on top, like really like,
yeah, man,
take over, like fucking, you know, take care of your entire family and be like set no matter what position you're at.
Yeah, man.
Like you could really get through anything.
You know what's crazy is like before this was ever even a fucking slither of a possibility, I would dream about this type of shit. So that's why I think like, man, well, it's not like I think. That's why I know like this is bigger than us. Like this is God's plan, because there's no way a 13 or a 14-year-old should be dreaming about buying land and having a house for their family. You know what I mean? Like 13, 14-year-olds are supposed to be dreaming about a girlfriend but I used to lay and fantasize about being able to take care of my family, how it would feel. I used to visualize the fucking land that I would buy and put houses on, and like being able to buy I used to think about buying, you know, my mom, my aunt, buying them vehicles. Like that's the type of shit I used to think about. So
now you're doing it.
Now I'm doing it.
I just hope anyone listening can inspires them.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a few haters in there that say, oh, yeah, blah, 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 blah. But fuck the haters. We're doing this to inspire people.
I mean, yeah, inspired, dude. Very inspiring. Inspired me. Like, for real, it's sick.
Yeah, man.
Like, you can get through anything. For real. And not only get through it, but get to the top.
Yeah, persevere. Yeah, even when it's like, man, how is it even possible? Like, you don't see a single, like not even 1% chance of getting through it. And I couldn't have told myself this back then, you know? Like, so it'd be hard to really convince somebody like that's going through some shit right now and depressed or facing this or that. It's going to be hard for them to believe that, because I wouldn't have believed it back when I was in the position, you know?
Yeah.
But man, God is real, and you can definitely get through it. Like,
when I said this, it was inspiring to me.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Because like, you know, I feel down on myself, whatever, for my whole situation, but my situations ain't shit, you know, compared to what it could be. Like me just like losing one platform, like.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, like it really is inspiring. Like,
yeah. Worst thing you've ever been through feels to you like the worst thing I've ever been through.
Yeah.
They might be two different things.
That's what, that's what Rogan says a lot. Like,
oh, yeah? At Rogan?
I met him like twice, just
coming
like,
and going at the fights.
Yeah. But never spoke to him.
Bro, when's the next fight you're going to?
I go to a lot of the fights, especially when I lived in Vegas. I'd go to, you know, every fight in Vegas. But
what the guy got to do to get you to fucking take me to a fight at some point?
I could do that.
Any fucking fight.
I could definitely do that.
Okay. All right, bro. I'm gonna hold you to it.
Yeah. No, I can do it. I just have to like ask Dana in advance.
Yeah.
Is because usually having like, for me, having 2 tickets or 2 to 4 is usually pretty good.
Okay.
You always get the green light.
Okay.
But yeah, especially like fight nights and stuff.
Yeah.
Those are like really
anything, bro.
Those are
fucking slap boxing or whatever. What's that called?
Oh yeah, we go to power slap.
Is fire, man. I've never been.
It's really good in person.
Yeah.
And also the fight nights are really fun. At the Apex is smaller crowd. It's not like a pay-per-view, but it's like a small crowd, so you hear everything.
Yeah,
it's
for
more
sure.
Like it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, bro. Fuck, dude. I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to get into the fucking style bender versus such and such. I mean, I go to fights. Like I go, but I'm always right there in front of the rope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, last fight that Karen and I went to, I'm like, I'm going to be on the other side of that fucking rope one day really soon. Because fucking Jelly Roll was there. Brecca, I'm like, yo, Gary. He's like, hey. And then as he was coming to fucking holler at me, at the crowd, hey, Gary, Brecca, let me get a picture. I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm going to leave him alone.
Yeah.
You know?
Which fight was that at?
That was Dustin Poirier. Not his. Fuck. Who did he fight? Poirier versus. No, that was a fucking. What you call it? You got a painting of him. Fucking Sean O'Malley. That was the Sugar Sean.
The Merab or Sterling?
Merab.
Was the recent one?
No, it was the one where he fucking kneed homie in the head. No, that was it was
Did he win or lose?
No, he won.
Oh, it was probably.
It was the Cheetah Vera.
Oh, Cheeto.
Yeah, it's been a minute. What was that, like a year ago?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
That was good though.
Where he fucking kneed him in the head. Were you there?
Yeah, I was there.
Okay. That shit was like, I heard that shit, like the whole fucking stadium heard that.
Yeah, the energy at UFC fights are the best.
It was crazy. But wasn't Poirier on that card as well? Or do you even remember?
I don't remember. I get so drunk at UFC fights.
Yeah, you don't remember?
Not the last UFC fight, but the fight before that, they took me out in a wheelchair.
Oh, shit.
I don't remember it.
Oh, shit.
Which is like very bad.
You ever piss Uncle Dana off?
Oh, I'm sure I do.
Yeah.
I'm sure that doesn't make him happy, but I don't even know if that gets back to him. He's probably so busy.
Yeah, for sure.
But me being that drunk probably doesn't make him happy because I do get really wicked drunk at UFC fights.
Yeah.
Like crazy. Like when Sugar Sean lost, I had no idea. I have zero memory of anything, and I just woke up in bed.
Really?
And I had 300,000 on Sean. I didn't even watch the fight.
Oh, man.
I fell asleep in the back room.
I'm sure you watched it back. Or have you?
No.
Bro,
he asked me to, and to watch it and judge it. And like, I don't know, he lost. I didn't want to watch it.
There's a few fights that I've thought that people just weren't themselves. And he was one of them. I was like, man, that was not him that night. He just seemed like a robot, you know?
Yeah.
Like he wasn't doing what he does.
Yeah, I just saw the clips. With Sean, I always just thought it was a win. Guaranteed win every time.
I know. What's crazy is like a year and a half ago, I was working on a cannabis product for Sean. And then he became UFC champ. And I just hadn't heard from him since.
Yeah, shit changes when you're champ.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure, bro. Think about it. Like going from being this to now you're the fucking champ. You got a whole nother fucking...
And it's everyone wants to work with you.
Yeah.
And,
oh, yeah. All the opportunities in the world.
Yeah, and then your price just goes up.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Overnight,
for sure.
Too.
We did a cool little fucking product. It was a pre-roll coated in sugar, like THC sugar.
Yeah.
And it was like, playing off of the Sugar Sean thing.
Yeah, he loves weed.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if he uses it to train or work out or stuff, but I know he's huge into weed. He's also huge into like the recovery stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Like the whole everything that we do, he does.
Yeah, for sure.
Which I think every fighter should.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. It's the recovery. It's so beneficial, man. Outside of just getting high, marijuana is one of the most beneficial plants on this planet.
It is.
Maybe the most,
And I hate when people that talk down on it, like, you just got to shut the fuck up. Just because it's not for you doesn't mean it's like, it's now for losers.
Yeah, what's crazy is like the person that's generally talking shit about weed drinks beer. And I'm like, okay, bro.
But there's a lot of like haters on Twitter, like weed for losers. Weed, like if you smoke weed, whatever. I hate that.
Yeah.
Because it's case by case. Like,
yeah, you could say the same thing about
just because weed makes you lazy doesn't make it means someone else lazy.
Right. Being the number one guest.
I'm not the best at podcasts, so I hope it went well, but thank you for having me.
Brother, appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, thank you. It was cool to learn more about you.
Yeah, same, man.
Too, because like, I never knew.
Yeah.
And like I said, I've said it like 4 times, but it actually is inspiring.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Like,
watching Saylor Made, I guess is our thing now. Saylor Made, the podcast.
Fuck yeah.
Say thanks for watching Saylor Made.
Thank you for watching Saylor Made. Thank you, guys. And, just it be one of those big drinks.
Yeah.
And I think it definitely is going to do that. I think the branding is amazing and the product's amazing. And I just don't think drinking's going anywhere.
Yeah, ever.
And also drinking
and people are becoming more health conscious. They're more worried about sugars and calories and
sugars, calories, gluten free, and also I just don't think the drinking stuff that tastes good that has alcohol is ever going to go away. I don't think there's going to be a movement to where it's like we want to gag when we drink alcohol or feel it or burn. And
exactly.
Something like a Happy Dad tea is not only like 1 gram sugar versus, the competitor, which is like 26 grams sugar.
Right.
But I just think that drinking is not going anywhere, and also drinking comfortably, as in not gagging or tasting really the alcohol like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Is going anywhere too. I don't think there's going to be a movement where it's like we want to feel it.
Yeah.
Like really.
Bro, actually Happy Dad inspired me to do, so I had the anchored soda, but it was just anchored soda. And then I looked at y'all shit and I thought, man, we are in this time where, like you just said, like with cannabis, people are never going to not use cannabis.
Yeah.
And there are people out there that want to be able to drink, that maybe they don't drink alcohol. They want to have a drink and they don't want to taste cannabis. They just want to taste a nice drink.
Yep.
And so in doing our rebranding and reformulating, which I just, my custom printed cans are done now. We'll have our first shipment within a couple weeks. But where I was going with that is Happy Dad inspired me to do an all organic blend, less sugar, no dyes, and instead of just being soda, it's anchored hard soda. Like, instead of hard, like you guys have hard seltzer. Yeah, it's not soda, it's hard soda because it has THC in it.
And you can't really taste it?
Yeah, you can't. No.
Yeah, that's what I like.
Yeah.
I love, like, especially when marijuana products. I love the smell of marijuana.
Oh, same.
But I don't like the taste of marijuana.
Yeah. I want to show you our cans real quick. The new cans that are coming.
Yeah, it's sexy. Oh, root beer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I love root beer. Yeah, they're sexy cans.
Yeah. Yeah, these are kind of like our temporary just printed labels. But labels, but the printed cans are done now.
That's awesome. Especially if you can't taste the weed.
Yeah, it literally just tastes like soda.
That's the best. That's the best way to do it.
Yeah.